Hello, I'm Simulator Deck and we are in America. We're in Boston and we are about to take people down to Providence. So we'll unlock the doors, put our reverser into neutral, head to forward. Brakes are in full service. Front headlights are on, ditch lights are on automatic, parking brake is released. Right, loading our passengers. Passengers, wait until 15:04. I've got 20 seconds. Forward, 10 seconds. Closing the doors. Doors are locked. Brakes coming off. And we're away. Alright, so 2 handles on this one. We are in an Acela. Very slow out of here. We're on restricted signals, in-cab signalling. Our first stop is Boston Back Bay. No use getting excited going through here. Just a little bit of throttle, but not much. So 10 miles an hour is our limit. Got our local push-pull over there that we've used before. Can't really see it through the window. There it is. Okay, it'll just go up shortly to 15 miles an hour. Now, from what I can gather, because of the type of braking system we've got here. And then because it's in cab, as soon as it changes, we're supposed to be able to do, in this case, go up from 10 to 15. But because of the way, clear, 125, but because of the way it's coded, I'm still on a 10 kilometre an hour limit. Now 15. Maximum permitted at the moment is 30, but it's still saying we're on 15 because the whole train, the way that it's coded is that the whole train has to be into the new speed zone before it will change on top of the screen. Screen on the right hand side, it's showing clear 125, but at the moment all we can do is 30. Maximum authorised speed at the moment is 30. Having said that, both systems are cut out because I haven't cut them in, so we can go up to 30 now. So we're 2,700 feet around. I don't understand feet like that when it's like a long, big number. When it's a small number, I recognise it. Like your average person is around about 6 foot tall. Still showing 30 miles an hour. Alright, there's an ACS 64, there's our station. Just coming in nice and slow. Again, the controls are around the wrong way depending on how they are on screen. Right door's unlocked. So we're loading our passengers, still on a 30 mile an hour speed board. Still loading our passengers. It's very, very quiet at the moment. Nothing's really going on. Right, getting ready to lock the doors. Wait until 11:39, which is in about 20 seconds. I forgot about the actual time. Doors are locked. Brakes coming off. coming on. So 10 miles before our next stop at Route 128. Still on a 35 board. Still on 30 board. Right side of the train says I can do 60. The top right left-hand corner says I can only do 30. But that's the one I'm going to get penalised by. So I'm presuming top speed of the train's 125, not the current maximum. So we can go up to 60 now. Right says 120. Top left says 60. Out of the tunnel. 120 now. Let's open the throttle up. Max power. So as we go through the station, I'll show you outside. And that's the reason that I'm using the Acela and this version of it. We've seen it on Creators Club recently. I saw it on a previous episode. And what this is what the new Acela paint scheme looks like for the replacement for the Acela that somebody's modded. Wait till we're outside a tunnel for a long stretch, but it was recently featured on an episode here on Train Sim World by Simulator Dirk, available in the Creators Club in-game, and it's quite a good one. There's a lot of little tunnels and under bridges here, so I really got to pick the moment to be able to show you. I'll throttle back first before I do that. We'll go outside. So there it is. So that's what the new paint scheme of the new version of the Acela looks like. The new version of the Acela, the Liberty, is partly under construction, but also under testing. It's in that construction/testing phase. Click. So that's what the new paint scheme will look like, even though the carriages will look slightly different, as will the power cars. But that's what it looks like, and that's why I thought that I'd take it for a spin, even though it is still the actual the current Acela that's in game. It's just wearing the new livery. I think I'll do another one of these, but in the Brightline colour scheme. And Brightline's a new privately operated company that runs from Miami and has just recently opened its full length of the next stage, which goes all the way up to Orlando Airport. So we're coming up 120, so we'll just shut off here. I'll turn our HUD back on, so we know where we have to stop in about 5 miles time. So So it is my understanding at the time of recording in mid to late or it's really only mid-November 2023 that some of the newer Acela trains, the Liberties, are under construction and some are under testing. As far as I know, there's none actually that are in service at the moment. But it's great that I can actually use this model with this paint scheme, which is out of the Creators Club, and use it in an actual on an actual timetabled route, which is we're using the timetable mode at the moment. So 120, so we'll just full throttle for a moment. We've got 2 miles to go. So a quick look outside. Alright, so we're coming up to the station. As I said, I don't understand big numbers in feet. But I know the station is coming up. So we've had another speed change. Up to 130, but I can't really do anything about that for the moment because we're rapidly approaching Route 128, which is kind of ironic that they've actually named a train station or a railway station. Gee, some people get hurt when you call it one or the other online. Oh no, it's a train station. No, it's a railway station. It's a train station. It's a railway station. I may have come in too soft, but it's better to come in too soft than too hard and go out the other end. Visual on the station. Visual on the markings. That's good. We'll get in our cab. We're still loading passengers. That's our rear look. Passengers almost fully loaded. brakes released. Power on. 30 miles to our next stop. Providence, our destination in 30 miles. It's not a super long route. In game, that is. Alright, max power, speed, max speed 130. Clear signalling. Let's go. So, we've got a freighter coming up. Or freight wagons at least. Alright, 84, 85 miles an hour, so we're still powering, still getting up to speed. Haven't seen a lot of trains go the other way. There were a couple when we were a bit closer to Boston, but I haven't seen one for a little bit of time. Right, by the time we shut off, we should almost be at 130. So there's the traditional signalling still for trains that don't have in-cab signalling. We've just dropped down to 125. That's fine, I'm just doing it on about 120. Back to 130. Sometimes that'll happen for curves. Cut off here. That will do us 130 miles an hour. We're just on 160 kilometers an hour. Always remember 125 miles an hour is 160 kilometers an hour. I remember that because of our XPTs. Compared that to England's high-speed train, the HST that it was based on. dropped down to about 115, so we'll continue to getting up to about 130. 22 miles away, so there should be no need to even think about because this is a fresh install of Train Sim World, and I couldn't be bothered fixing it. I'm getting all these milestones and that again in game, which I don't really care about anyway. Alright, 125, which is basically what we're doing anyway. So this is probably just for this curve, and then we'll straighten up back to 130. So while we're at a bit of speed, haven't got much of an angle to work with, but here we go. It does tilt, the plane does tilt. So there it was going through a curve there. We can do 150 now, so let's go. How long we can do 150 for is another question, but we'll find that out when we get there. Audio to me with Train Sim World's always been a bugbear of mine, and this is no exception. Got some more freight wagons in a siding. 137, 138, 140. Here's another train. One of the local push-pulls. Yeah, we should start to shut off at this point. We'll just let the momentum do the rest. Here's another train. Oh, it's another Acela. Sweet. Now, the reason that in-cab signalling's been provided on several high-speed lines is that there's a theory that over a certain speed, I can't remember what the actual speed is, but over a certain speed, it's been determined that a normal person's eyesight can't see it far enough in advance. I'll ask a question. If you've got a Google or something, my apologies. Okay, Google. What's the minimum speed for in-cab signalling for a train?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, Google, tell me about in-cab signalling for a train.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Google. That's all good. So we've just cracked 150. I was actually still powering, so we'll throttle off. It's a nice wide section here. But we're 9 miles away now from Providence, where this train will terminate. Providence next. Thank you for travelling Amtrak. That'll be more. Oh, what time is it? Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In a few minutes, this train will arrive at Providence and will terminate. Before you leave the train, please make sure that you have all your personal belongings with you. Please check the seats and overhead lockers for your items. We'd like to thank you for travelling with Amtrak this afternoon. Please make sure when you step off the train, please beware of the gap between the train and the platform. Thank you and good afternoon. Our next and final stop will be Providence. You'd think I've done that before. 6 miles. This is not a bad speed. We've been dropped down to 125. It looks a bit swayy, a bit bumpy from time to time. So happy with my new computer though. We must have a lower speed coming up, have we? $125. I'm not going to bother trying to get back up to 125. We're only 6 miles away now. Overspeed. When were you going to tell me about 80? I don't think I was looking at the HUD either because of in-cab signaling. I think I've got to come to a stop because it's an overspeed. We'll get back under 80. Can we power up? No, probably because of the overspeed we're probably actually going to stop. So there's no use powering, and there's a 60 coming up. Holy crap. Just coast in. You could actually coast like this for a while. I'll try and throttle up, but nothing will happen. Well, actually we are able to throttle up. Okay. Just I haven't reset the overspeed yet because we're still powering along. I'm surprised we can still power. got a 70 now. Seeing as that we can actually accelerate, I will. Back down to a 60 now, up to a 70 around that curve. Depending on how the signalling goes, we may not have to power again. Quite happy just to roll in. Not bad, considering it's ages since I've actually driven this route. Just over 2 miles to go now. We're due in at 42, we're going pretty well. That's 38 now, just coming up to 39. So we're going okay. We should be getting some new signals, approach medium. So that's coming up to 45, even though it doesn't show it on the HUD. So I know that you don't necessarily have, when it comes up over speed, you don't necessarily have to stop. Because I thought we would, when it says overspeed, I would have thought, oh, well, okay, you got to stop, clear the overspeed, and off you go. And also for in-cab signalling versus the HUD's useless. So we've got a 60 coming up. We're on the approach to the station now. Ladies and gentlemen, in a couple of minutes this Amtrak service will arrive at Providence for its last and final stop. Please be prepared to leave the train as the train comes to a complete stop at the platform. Please ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you before you leave the train this afternoon. Thank you for riding Amtrak between Boston and Providence, and we hope to see you again soon. If you require any further information about the local Providence area, local transport, or more information, our staff will be happy to assist you on your arrival. Thank you for travelling Amtrak, and good afternoon. So now we're just on an approach signal. Pretty close to time. I'm guessing the station's just around the corner, can't really see it yet. It looks like we're going to turn out. That's one thing that the HUD does warn you better about compared to in-cab signalling. It actually warns you about turnouts that are coming up, including this one. So the normal route must be off to the right, and the turnout is what we're actually on, even though it doesn't look like it. Okay, visual on the station, restricted speed. Station in sight, markers in sight, slow approach. I hope you enjoyed your trip with us. We've simulated it on the Acela Express between Boston and Providence. Thank you for riding with us today, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. We'll just pull in nicely here. Anywhere here will be nice. We'll open the doors. That's actually not a bad shot of two of the trains that are on this route. That's a pretty fine shot. Alrighty. Now, for some reason, we're loading passengers. I don't know why. So it will let us load, and then it will say, "Thank you for travelling with us today." So I learned that you don't have to go immediately to a grinding halt when you overspeed on this train. Yeah, you have to come back under the speed limit, but you don't have to come to a grinding halt and start again. Locked doors. Left door's locked. Objective complete. Mission complete. And a gold star for me. And complete a scenario using one of your own liveries. Not my livery, but I know what it means. Anywho, I've been Simulated Erk. You've been wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. And bye for now.